it's a great question. When we talk about games at work, we're not talking about people playing video games on the company computer or playing cards in the coffee break. When we talk about a game, what we're really talking about is a pattern of behavior which people will often vaguely label as political behavior. In other words, behavior that seems somehow self-interested or manipulative behavior. People operating from hidden agendas and things like that. As we started to study this type of behavior, we realized that what is described as office politics really takes the form of games, So we define games as behaviors involving more than one person, which seem to be about one thing. But beneath the surface are really concealed motivations and attempts to gain payoffs. In other words, they're manipulative. So in addition, they also tend to have paradoxical consequences, paying off for an individual in the short term, but overall being destructive long term for the individual and also for the company. So they are also habit forming things. People play the same games repetitively over time. They are contagious because they spread in the organization through imitation. So when one game, if it works for one person, the other person will perceive it, and then they will imitate the games. And what we did is we found that games tend to fall into one of three categories. So interpersonal games, they're played between peers. Leadership games, so they're played between the supervisors and the subordinates or with consultants. And budget games, they're played about the organization's money. So all these games, they can have a major negative effect on productivity. Games are of course natural, and they have been played throughout history. So we can see it in Machiavellian history, in the Roman Senate, in the businesses today. What we wanted to explore is what types of games are being played, how destructive they are in organizations, and what can be done to minimize the damage to our companies that these games represent.